Don't pass up this chance. IMF caution, and it's true that a significant change is occurring in our financial environment. Numerous of these innovations don't fit into our conventional definition of money, but ignoring them is no longer an option as digital forms of payment have emerged, over which CBDC has tokenized deposits of stablecoins and other crypto assets. To better understand their impact, read on. About monetary matters, as the MD pointed out, we need to measure our international monetary system and financial stability. To make educated decisions and consider how to measure money on the new digital edge, we must close the data gaps that these new payment methods have produced. Summary: IMF, BIS, Ripple, and SWIFT silence. Greetings once more from Script, ladies and gentlemen. Let's dive right into the video for today. Innovation Hub BIS spiral quick, and the IMF for a very long time, the Financial Stability Board, FSB, and the G20 have been testing Ripple XRP. In this video, I'll walk you through one of their tests. That has been taking place over the last 2 months, which ended recently, and how financial institutions' adoption of XRP and Ripple has been greatly impacted by it. Welcome back to another episode of this video, which is certain to blow your mind. If you're new to the channel, make sure you don't miss a second of it. Welcome. You're going to love this. However, before we get started, I'd like to invite you to a private dinner with the 24 HRC community, 30 SPUTES. Would like to announce that a private dinner will be held. Yes, there will be a special supper with just 30 seats available, and those seats are only available in Toronto. The price includes everything. Please make sure you read the product page thoroughly before making a purchase. I have to leave soon. I will fly you guys to Toronto from wherever you guys are in Canada or America. But bear in mind that if you guys are all from Toronto, you guys will need to find a method to get to Toronto. One individual in Canada or America down to Toronto paid for the ticket. Being from the fringes of Canada, the lads could probably drive. You guys may drive, but the 30 places are for networking and food for us all to meet together again. We won't move on with it if we don't receive the required 30 participants. If that happens, I won't be upset. This is just something we should try again. We're in for a costly treat because the cost covers everything, including a 4-course dinner and other goodies. Let's jump right into today's video, the BIS Central Bank, and feel free to email info@24house of crypto with any questions you may have. Connect to an external system is what they'll do. Get up. Full trial of CBDC cross-bitch trade. It was only a few months ago, September 28th of this year, to be exact. Additionally, remember Project Dunner from March of last year and pay attention to what they said there. To automate end-to-end transactions and release funds automatically upon receipt of goods, use cases might benefit from directly connecting to the multi-CBDC platform. This would require further development and testing of technical connectivity and integration with external systems, which could be investigated in conjunction with the business perspective to support other commercial use cases and applications. This relates to external connectivity and CBDCs. This September 13th, SWIFT and the top guys are running the test. It continues. SWIFT counters this fragmentation as interlinking solutions enter beta testing, advancing CBDC innovation. Has made interoperability for tokenized assets and digital currencies a priority within its innovation agenda so that they can grow into the financial ecosystem with ease if and when they do. Its specialized work on CBDCs started more than 18 months ago. And now that all the testing is beginning, I must play this footage. Even though you've heard it before, it will set the tone for what is truly happening. Observe how they all use the same language. We have the CEOs of Bank of America and SWIFT, as well as the president of the IMF. All right, pay attention to this. They should speak, not me. You are being informed. Interoperability of economies in more than 200 nations, especially in terms of their payments and securitization infrastructures. with financial institutions always taking the lead and playing a crucial role in improving mutual understanding of the capacity to connect the disparate economies of over 200 nations worldwide, and ensure that the payment mechanism functions for you are aware of the various company profiles, from the biggest and most advanced to the smallest and most successful. To ensure success, we require systems that link nations. In other words, interoperability is necessary. Otherwise, CBDCs could not disperse national proposals to improve the efficiency and fairness of transactions. We require systems that link nations. Otherwise, we require interoperability. And for this reason, we are currently working at the IMF on the idea of a global platform for CBDC to trade and manage risks if that connecting Ripple, SWIFT, and BIS. You are not on the edge of your seat when taking tests. I'm not sure what will happen or if we should move forward with the revised Embridge project, which was published on October 31st of this year. Listen to this wacky experiment using a multi-CBDC platform for cross-payments. Are you prepared for this? How does the project Embridge platform interface with other systems? To enable participants to quickly connect and integrate into an ISO 20022 compatible payment system, interoperability with participant-owned systems is facilitated by APIs based on the global ISO 2022 messaging standards for financial information. If you guys remember, the ISO messaging standards see who's involved here. Well, on the member list of the Registration Management Group, we have Ripple and Ripple in addition to the 6 groups that Ripple is also associated with. The list is endless. We are sages. This is the reason why their CEO stated that Bitcoin is merely a modern diversion. Japan Bank, because of the vastness of Ripple, JP Morgan Chase is unable to exist without XRP, which they will always use. And the list is endless. We've heard about ripples and ripples again when if we descend even further, they're all in hello everyone. We have the Bank of England here, along with the BIS Bank. The Royal Bank of India is referring to external connectivity with payment systems that are compatible with ISO 2022. It evens out. Pay attention to this section on the next steps. Embry is functioning as a test for the project. They're not going to come out and say, everything that you're doing, you've got to look at the metrics of what's going on. Instead, they're betting and assessing potential synergies with other BIS innovation help projects and creative private sector solutions for welcoming near participants, use cases, and more. In the background, as we will discuss shortly, and even in the Ripple documentation, it is external. Guidelines that you are aware of Beijing Bank, we have a really good bank called Citibank. Trustworthy HSBC Bank, all of the HSBC savings are contained in the Ripple paperwork. And the Liquidity Hub and Ripple Net, the G20 and FSB are in charge. Be not ignorant. Enhances the drama of this good in the option to create tickets was added on Thursday, November 18, 2021. And it goes hand in hand with the October 2021 publication of the Financial Stability Bow Road Roadmap. The PDF for November 2021 stated that they would be investigating liquidity bridges, which implies that additional procedures will be required within those liquidity bridges to conduct these trades, which we proceed with. It's the same here. It is the month that the IMF and the Financial Stability Board created that ticket. All right, watch this video from the recent G20 meeting that was held on the same. The FSP is also defining the parameters of the regulatory framework for a globally coordinated approach to crypto assets, and the presidency will support the IMF. And the FSP and she is exactly this. Mentioning the FSB and the roadmap, although she was talking to a more current one. Nonetheless, this is the first one that was released. To add even more icing to the cake, Ripple also revealed their Liquidity Hub on November 9th of the same month. What odds does Ripple anticipate? Liquidity Hub in November, when the G20 roadmap is being explored for liquidity bridges, as well as the recently concluded testing, we will now proceed to the point at which DESTESTESTFOR ticket create, AJ's BE and completed. Ticket created, so as you can see, volume is, well, Volume is pretty much anything. Daily, but when we visit the annuals, it has significantly increased from what there may be a stress test occurring. The behind-the-scenes work began in June and continued endlessly. And this is only the tip of the iceberg, since there have been a lot more SWIFT and BIS tests conducted. Granted, this has been going on for 18 months, but they picked up, as you can see. They started to pick up in August, September, and October. At that point, they declared that the testing was complete and that the finalization had occurred, but SWIFT had begun on the 13th. Attend this section. Well, you can see that everything has now spiked. Now that we have discussed ticket creation, let's look at how it affects banks during tests and how it may be very beneficial to them. A very important element of the XRP Ledger is increased transaction planning. Banks deal with complex financial transactions frequently, which call for exact scheduling and coordination. By reserving sequence numbers, they can make sure crucial transactions are carried out at the scheduled time. There would be time frames involved in settling SC stocks without interruption from other transactions. Just so much goes on behind the scenes. Folks, this is going to be a long video number if I even start it right now. 2 effective multi-step transactions can guarantee that every step is completed for transactions requiring synchronization with counterparties, external events, or involving several steps. In the proper sequence, increasing effectiveness. I mean, it might be for payroll. Regarding the bill payments and the timeliness of their payment, the list of tests and simulations is endless. Ticket production is useful for banks to set aside sequence numbers for transaction testing. This allows them to mimic different transaction conditions without interfering with the actual transaction's regular order. This is especially helpful for stress testing and validating transaction processing system numbers. With enhanced dependability and high-frequency trading, the DTCC alone transacts $7.5 trillion in high-frequency trading environments every day on the FX market, where milliseconds can have a major impact on the ability to reserve a transaction sequence. Numerical data can improve predictability, as well as trade execution dependability. Press the like button to see how the reservation of sequence numbers drastically lowers the chance of transaction failures. Banks can lower transaction risk. Finally, but just as importantly, flexibility and multi-signature transactions, which are crucial for transactions needing approvals from numerous departments or officials, can prevent failures resulting from gaps or conflicts later on and lead to smoother and more dependable transaction processing. Given my experience in the business sector with investments, ticket generation gives better flexibility in managing and implementing these approvals, expediting the process. I seem to recall obtaining several signatures to release some money, correct? Therefore, this is crucial when entering a tokenized world. Signature features will be crucial when working on big, complicated deals involving numerous parties. To sum up, the creation of tickets can help banks carry out intricate, time-sensitive transactions more successfully, conduct simulations and testing, without affecting the flow of active transactions, and improve the deal as a whole. Dependability, coordination, and, as we mentioned, returning to the metrics with extreme stability. As you can see, they maintained it at a very narrow spread of 7,000 to 6,000, or even 8,000 on the high days. And after that, they increased their scale and continued to do so. We're not sure why. All conjecture, but it is backed up by substantial evidence. To create tickets, and I looked through the website to check if the Stellar Foundation, or ALR, had any features of this nature, but I couldn't locate an outro. In any case, if you understand what the writing is on the wall, please let me know in the comments section below. If not, you don't. Everyone on Earth is prepared for what cryptocurrency will bring. But for those who missed the stock market back in 1792, it will offer a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to become wealthy. Having stated that, we will return with another film that we started, creating a stir with the idea that strong international payments would soon be supported by cryptocurrency liquidity. Hefty payouts when the market matches, consumers who recognize the advantages of our fiber-based network may decide to move to ODL. This is why the Ripple Net was created. Adequate. And that's precisely what's going on. Flip the switch and, I believe, construct what where are you aware that it addresses a genuine issue. And I believe that each token represents my advice. If actual value and utility were being provided to a person, everybody would be able to understand it. A genuine customer will find value in the token.